And welcome to ETF Edge, your go-to place for everything exchange-traded funds. I am your host, Bob Pisani, but you probably knew that. It's been 10 years in the waiting, but crypto enthusiasts believe the SEC may finally be on the verge of approving a spot Bitcoin ETF, perhaps as soon as this week. There are 13 applicants for Bitcoin ETFs. First in line, Kathy Wood from ARK Invest. She joins us now, along with Jan Van Eck, CEO of Van Eck, who also has an application for a spot Bitcoin ETF in. Doug Jonas is the head of exchange-traded products here at the New York Stock Exchange. And Ophelia Snyder is the founder of 21 Shares. She's a partner with Kathy Wood, launching ETF products. Kathy, I was joking with this about you earlier. It was the Winklevoss twins who first filed for the first Bitcoin ETF back in 2013. I think it was 2017 it took for the SEC to reject that and all the other ones. So do you believe your application is going to be improved? Why do you think so? And what kind of negotiations or discussions have you had about the SEC, with the SEC about this?
Yes, well, that's the important word, discussions, mostly questions and answers, which was unlike previous filings. So they started asking questions, I think of many of us, and we provided answers. It became a process, the questions very detailed, very technical, which told us they were getting ready. Now, can we be 100% sure there will be approval this week? No, you never say 100%, but we're feeling really good about it.
Jan, you've got an application as well. Kathy said she's been talking with the SEC. It seems like something's happening. What's your sense here?
I would just say in general, what I read publicly is that people go through this process of the SEC commenting on prospectuses. This is true for all ETFs, and that's what's happening now. So all the prep work that needs to happen is happening.
But the fact that they're commenting, or at least asking questions, that's the right thing.
Not just commenting, commenting on the specific prospectus, which is the disclosure document, which every public security
But my point is, if they had some
have.
grand scheme to challenge this again and some new novel legal theory, they wouldn't be going through all this. It's a positive sign, isn't it?
There's always someone higher on the org chart, Bob, so you never know when lightning might strike, but yes.
All right. Doug, you're here because you're the industry guy. You represent the New York Stock Exchange. You're in charge of ETFs here at the NYSE. A spot Bitcoin ETF is a brand new product. There's been reports the exchanges have been in discussion with the SEC about the mechanics of how this product might trade. What can you tell us about that and when it might trade?
Yeah, I mean, look, as mentioned, we have been working on a potential spot Bitcoin ETF for the better part of 10 years. And this week is an exciting time. I think a lot of people are sort of gearing up and trying to read the tea leaves. At the end of the day, we won't speak for our regulator. The SEC has a series of approvals they need to make in order to make a spot Bitcoin ETF a reality. That being said, when we start to think about the tea leaves, right, what are we reading about? We're seeing a lot of communication both directions from issuers on the different filings, and we're seeing a lot of gearing up, right? We're starting to see the lead market makers being chosen. We're seeing the filings happen with respect to expense ratios. So I think across the industry, we're seeing all the signs of a potential approval. And look, that's what we do here at the New York Stock Exchange. It is about innovation. It's what we've always done. And so we're really excited to be a part of this.
So I don't want to get too wonky on this, but there's two components of this because it's a little more complicated. There's what's called a 19B4 filing. This is a form used by the exchanges to tell the SEC about a proposed rule change, because we have a new product here, right?
That's right.
So that's what you need
There's
to do.
There's two pieces here. So
right, and then there's the S1, which you all know about. That's the individual product registration. So
that's right.
Explain this to us, and what has to be approved first, or what's the process?
Yeah, I wouldn't look at it as a first, second piece, but there's two components. One component is we want the ETF itself to become approved, and that's your S1 filing. That'll make the product itself viable and approved by the SEC. The other side is, look, this is an ETF that's innovative and unique. It's never traded here at the New York Stock Exchange, which means we do not yet have a series of listing rules to trade it. That's your 19B4 filing. So we're filing a set of rules that say, for spot Bitcoin ETFs, here's how they'll trade. Now, we already have rules for futures-based futures-based Bitcoin ETFs. As you know, we have BitO. That's been trading over 2 years. There's $1.7 billion in BitO. But this would be spot Bitcoin, which is a little different.
And all the exchanges are engaging in this. You, NASDAQ, and CBOE are all engaging in
That's right.
SEC
Yeah, it's the entire
this.
industry that's working on this right now.